we also have another game for you guys. Another one that's near and dear to my heart. Guilty Gear Strive is coming up, and we will be having a best of 7 scenario coming up for 2 players that will be representing their respective colleges. And of course, money is on the line. I just want to say thanks to everybody for hanging out, joining us, especially if you came here to the esports arena. It's been great so far. I've been having a good time, and I don't really get to work with the homie Sherry too much, so it's good to talk about Street Fighter with you and just all fighting games in general. So
yeah, I love that you're super into Tekken and Guilty Gear as well. So you're teaching me a little something about these games. Obviously, I might know the fundamentals of what's going on here, but there's a lot of things that are really specific to these games.
Yeah, and that's typically how it happens. But that's even more so really cool to see from all these respective like schools that have like these tournaments that actually let them play these games and like at school. That's actually crazy. Like he said, that's actually crazy to me. I'm jealous of them at this point because I wish that was something that was available to me when I was. They was like, "Yo, Steve, all you care about is games. Life's not a video game." I'm like, "Oh man," and I had to hold that. Now they're just like, "Yo, we're in a college video game club where we're traveling around the country and playing for our schools," which is actually really dope to see, and I'm happy to be a part of it, honestly. So
seriously, there's a whole league, and there are some courses. Did you know that there is a fighting game course out in one of the UCs? It's amazing to see that this has it's gone so far where we're actually having college courses that you can earn credits for on fighting games.
Man, times have changed. Times have actually changed, but you can see it down here on the bottom of your screen. We do have Guilty Gear Strive coming up. It will be our grand finals, and it will be a best of 7 scenario, so we can't wait to see who goes in. But also, I know one of our players actually plays Nago Ryuki, which I am a big fan of this character, a big damage cash out character, one of the new characters to Strive, and like obviously this game is definitely different than the last 2. It's an anime game where it's going to be air dashing in there as well. Lots of fast-paced action, lots of bar management, because obviously you have not only just like your life bar, but in like Street Fighter, you have your own little super bar, but you have a guard bar as well. That guard bar tells a lot because if it gets cranked up, you take more damage because of it. So you have to be careful on blocking. You have to be careful how you use your meter because once you get down on tension, which is your super bar, it becomes a lot harder to kind of like translate and go over and take rounds back. So it's going to be really interesting to see how you play up against a character like Naga Ryuki.
And it's funny because this is, for those watching out there who haven't seen Guilty Gear yet,
oh, yeah.
Again, as Steve said, it is an anime game. So this is actually one of the harder games to track.
Yeah.
There is a whole lot of movement on screen. There's a lot of moves going on, just art all over the screen. And you're like, what's happening here? Where do I block? Is it a high-low? Is it a jump? Who knows? But there's going to be a lot of movement. And what's interesting is that DG Phantom, who we just saw in Tekken, is also going to be playing against 33 and Dodo.
Yeah, good luck, man. I'm telling you right now, I wonder what character he plays because this is going to be a tough one. Nago is one of the characters that they've constantly been like, hey, man, he's still too strong. And then the next season, it was like, man, he's still too good. Cut him again. And I'm like, you know what? He's still good. Cut him one more time. And that's like the Nago that we're going to get. But the character's very explosive, and Guilty Gear is a very explosive game, especially if you get hit way too many times. They do have this ability to where you can kind of, you know how like in Street Fighter you get caught on the wall? In this game, you literally can break that wall, go to a larger part of the stage, and really take advantage of the fact that it kind of like resets the pressure, so you don't have to take the pressure too much if they get to that corner. But we're going to see how it boils down.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think they're trying to figure out right now what's going on. All right, we're doing button checks because the button layout is definitely different from Street Fighter and Tekken.
It is. It definitely is. And you know what? I will let it rock this time. I was about to say, hold on, they checking buttons. But like we said before, we do have like a lot of players that are coming in. We do have someone else who just played in another game. So we're going to make sure they change the buttons, get everything squared away. But I want to say shout outs to Rally Cry for actually throwing this event, making it come to fruition, and as well as getting to see a lot of these representatives come from their respective HBCUs. And it's just been an honor to be a part of it.
Yeah, there's so much representation out here. Like we have Howard University, so famous for that. And then we have Morehouse. We also have Talladega. It's just a lot of representation going on out here that we wouldn't have expected in other leagues.
And North Carolina A&T State University. We see my man DG Phantom coming back up. We just saw him on the stage rocking the Jin Kazama, but I'm curious to see what character we're going to see in Guilty Gear. 33 and Dodo coming from Howard, also from Raleigh, North Carolina, and he's going to be running the Nago Ryuki, which is definitely a heavy, also one of the coolest characters in modern fighting games, I'm telling you right now. He's like a vampire samurai, like it's crazy.
A vampire
He's like
samurai.
a vampire samurai, it's so sick. And the Sin Kisuke coming up, oh wow, okay, all right. Another one of the newer characters here.
Okay, Sin. He looks like he has a lot of movement. He looks like he has faster movement than what Nago would have, right? He looks like a bulky, big character. He clearly has a projectile, but a long sword.
So the thing about Nago is that he can't run, right? But his dash is a teleport. So whenever you see, if he gets free from this corner, there's the wall break, so you go to the larger side, and look at the damage that took off, right? So what happens is, now, if you see him move forward, you'll see that he'll actually just has a dash, but it's not easy to do, especially versus a character like Sid, who stays up on you the entire time. 33 and Dodo, though.
Yeah, so it looks, again, it's another fighting game thing, right? We thought that it was going to be 33 and Dodo playing Nago, but it's actually DG Phantom playing Nago, and 33 and Dodo is the one playing Sin.
Yo, and the stand hard slash, not going to do it, but actually gets the kill. Now, the thing is about it, you see this gauge down here. Like, the higher it gets, he gets a bigger hitbox on some of his moves. So he has, like, this swipe that literally just gets bigger and bigger with the more his blood gauge goes up. And the reason that the blood gauge goes up is if he uses his teleport. But here we go. Here's the sweep. And you see him playing a lot of neutral. And you gotta have nerves of steel to play a character like Nago, because my man is just like a brick moving around.
Right, he looks like he has really slow movement, but he looks like he hits hard once he gets that hit on you. He just needs to find an opportunity to do so.
Wow, big damage here. And the overdrive to go to the stage transition as well. And look, DG Phantom look like he's running away with it right now. Close S, answers for one of his own, and there's the burst. You do have a burst for each character, and it's a bar that you see below the name right there. You can see the 33 and Dodo still has his burst. It'll stop any combo. All you gotta do is hit dust and an attack button at the same time. Goes for the overhead, spends 50% of the meter to cancel that move, keeps the combo going.
Beautiful conversion.
Yeah.
And it looks like the names were actually mixed. It is 33 and Dodo playing Nago, okay? And then DG Phantom is playing Sin. So cool to see that DG Phantom came from Tekken, and now he's playing Sin, and he's got that movement.
He knows exactly what he's doing. It's crazy because 33 and Dodo right now, like I said, like you even pointed out, like this character hits really hard, but you gotta get him started. And look how far that long distance slash hits.
Yeah, it's almost a full screen slash, but it looks like Phantom, he has his rushdown game on point. He has been finding his way to get in, and he's just keeping the pressure on 33 and Dodo. And I'm not sure, but does Nago have a move to get this pressure off of him outside of burst?
So not really. He actually has to hold that. So once you get the knockdown, it's really about having better movement, using your buttons to actually stop the offense. But Sin is one of these characters who recently just got, they made him a little bit better for like transition and getting damage-wise. So it's not going to be easy no matter what. All right, gets the S target combo right there, the Gatling combo, I should say.
And they are both sitting on the burst meter, so whenever they do feel like...
And there it is. Yeah, you're right, though. At any point in time, you can hit that burst, but they can also be baited. You can also punish those bursts and make sure that they don't have it for the next round, because it's the only continual gauge in Guilty. Nothing else carries over from round to round except for the burst.
Except for burst, because burst is honestly such a good tool, because as you can see, this is just a highly offensive game.
Really
so burst pushes them off of you, gets them off of you, and it resets the situation, and you guys go back to neutral. And it is a tool that I really think that 33 and Dodo needs to tap into, but because he is getting pressured.
Yeah. And you can see he has that low slide as well. He can RC it to keep the pressure. RC is roaming cancel. You spend 50% of your bar. It lets you cancel any physical attack, and then you can keep up either pressure or a combo. So, and you can see DG Phantom is actually going off with the Sin right now. And like we said, this is a first to four scenario. So right now, we need to see a change up in the offense and the defense, or else it's going to be a quick one.
Yeah, look at this animation.
It's so good, bro. It's one of the prettiest games out there. It's like easy. I remember looking at I actually looked at Arc System Works Half. They had a whole presentation about how they kind of made the graphics for this game, and it's one of the dopest things ever.
Yeah, I feel like this game has to have so much work put behind it because there's so many different types of characters.
Yeah.
And it is, again, like you said, it is a beautiful game, and each move has very intricate details.
Yeah.
Like Sin's dash has that little yellow orb that comes out from behind it.
Okay. You know, we're using the new mechanics. Tries to go for the overhead. Nice block. It takes the pressure. Yeah, you got to be careful though. He is the string with that stab there, and you really just kind of put back at like neutral. You literally just put back towards the end, unless you maybe YRC, which is like your counter, right? So if you got 50%, you can cancel and start an offensive move. But the thing is, they can bait that too. So it's really about knowing what your opponent's about to do.
Yeah, it's being so aware of the situation, right? Just it is It is the fundamentals of a fighting game. You just have to be so aware of meter management and situational awareness. And I think you said earlier that if you keep blocking, there is a guard meter, right?
Yeah, so if you look under the first bar, you see the little white bar right there? It's clear now, but the more you block, the higher it goes. And that literally makes it so you take more damage. So you always want to balance the offense and the defense, so you're literally not having any guard bar, but making sure you take your turn back, because if not, you're going to be in a situation to lose a lot of life in a short amount of time. And 33 and Dodo still has his burst. We haven't seen one yet. Goes for the overhead. RC, that's going to be another round on the board for the Phantom. Yo. And Sin's a cheery guy. Like, he wins. He's like, yo, are we friends now that I beat you up? We're cool now, right?
Such a sweet man.
Yeah, he's really nice. He likes to eat a lot, but, you know, he's a nice guy.
Just like me. I'm a foodie. Oh.
Actually, yeah, that's true. You guys are very similar. Like, he eats food, and he's like, yo, I'm good now. Like,
I'm going to beat you up, but we're still going to be friends right after this. Okay, we're looking at a character change from DG Phantom.
So Ramlethal is a range-heavy character. Like, she can shoot her swords full screen, and it literally just pushes you to the corner.
Okay.
So you really have to play offensively.
Look at those swords. She has 2 huge floating swords around her.
You see the minions? They're actually carrying it.
That's so cute.
This character design is actually really sick.
She's so sick. She already looks sick. Look at that. She already has her pressure going.
This is the business? Wait a minute. And then the burst instantly from 33 and Dodo. This is actually the business right here. I can tell. Oh, yeah, wall break. No burst on the side of 33 and Dodo with DG Phantom. Gets the knockdown, goes for the Rekka. RC to keep the pressure. Oh, but he drops it. Still gets the corner. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah, that's a lot of corner pressure. That is a lot. See, that is this game. This game has so much corner pressure, and you have to be so aware of your situation to get out of that. Or at least use your burst meter.
Use burst, and on top of that, what you can also do, right? You can actually spend some of your attention, right? This is why meter management is so important. You can faultless defense, where you hold 2 buttons while you block, it pushes them back a little bit, don't take chip damage.
Okay.
Thing is, you give up your resource of RCs to actually do
Got
that.
it.
So that's why defensive management is so important. There's the burst.
Because you lose your offensive options once you start using defensive options.
Big counter hit, you're dead. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. Yeah, big counter hit right there. And
another
DG
perfect.
Phantom, oh my God.
I think DG Phantom took it. That's it. That's 4-0.
DG Phantom takes it 4-0.
Look at that puppy. That is my character right there.
That was crazy. Yeah, and look, in that character, she really does kind of run away with it. She has that Rekka as well. Her knockdown game is strong. They just gave her a new move that literally pulls you in, so she can like, oh no, I want to make sure you keep that pressure.
Continue the pressure and the mix-ups.
Yeah, man. Guilty Gear is one of those games, man. And like you said, there's a lot of unique characters with unique abilities. Nago is one of them. Ramlethal is one of them. Like, you can shoot the swords, you can claim the swords. It's a very interesting game, and a lot of people do play it. It's one of the games I've been playing for the longest time in my life, so I'm always going to show love for it. But those are 2 new characters that you guys saw that was added to the game. Well, Naga Ryuki, the newest. Ramlethal was added to the last version. But we have our champion. We have our Guilty Gear Strive champion, DG Phantom.
We do, and it looks like they're good friends because there's a lot of sportsmanship going on in the stage right now. They both played each other. They got up, they smiled, gave each other a good shake, and now they're still talking. They're probably talking the strategy right now. Yeah, man, in that situation, was I supposed to block high? Was I supposed to block low? That's usually the talks that we have after we play.
After you get beat up, I'm not one of them. I mean, I am one of them. Like, cause I used to be like mad. I'm like, yo, don't talk to me. But now, like, I'm one of those people. I'm like, yo, what was that? Like, what happened? What did you just hit me with? Was I supposed to? Like, I like to talk about it.
Exactly,
now.
because all of this is a learning experience, right?
Yes.
So every single time you take a loss, this is just like any other competition where if you take a loss, you go back, you practice, you watch what happened, and you're like, you understand the situation, you learn more, and you just make sure it doesn't happen again in the future.
It's really cool to see stuff like this because we're in the community where we see every time when people go to their respective tournaments, they might beat you at the next tournament, but they might not beat you at the next tournament. You hold on to those losses and those wins, and I guarantee you, whoever you play, whoever you win, they will not forget it. That's how important it is. That's how big it is to like have these victories under your belt because it's 1v1. There's no team behind it. It's literally just you versus another person, and that's one of the things I love about fighting games. It's just one mind versus the other, one character versus the other.
Seriously, and let's see what is going on in their minds with Jen on stage.
Oh, that was smooth. I like that. That was nice.
Thank you so much, Sherry. Yes, I'm joined again by DG Phantom, who can just, I guess, play it all. A big congratulations. I got to know about your experience playing this game. So you're good at Tekken and Guilty Gear?
Yeah, so I actually been playing Guilty Gear on and off since like day one. During the summer it came out, I was like top in my state at some point, and then I just stopped playing, and then I I feel like I fell off, but I guess not.
Definitely didn't fall off. I mean, the other person fell off, I guess, because you're champion of both Tekken and Guilty Gear. Holy cow. So what's so strong about the character that you chose today, and why do you like it so much?
So currently, the first character I picked, Sin, he's good because like his range. He actually recently got buffed because when he first came out, he really wasn't that good, in my opinion. And so just all that stuff. And then Ramlethal, she's consistently been like a really good character just from day one. And so that's why I picked her when I first started playing her. But then when Sin came out, I just stopped playing her and played him.
I mean, you're good at it all. I mean, what other games would you like to conquer? So we got Tekken, we got Guilty Gear, Tekken 8. What's next for you?
I think I'm really just going to stick to Tekken so I can just basically just have a focus. But maybe at some point I'll split it off and come to a new game. But right now it's just Tekken.
Yeah, maybe you got that natural Guilty Gear Strive talent. Well, congratulations again to DG Phantom, your Guilty Gear Strive champion. And we have a medal ceremony, but it'll be going down after this break. And then we're going to have some Tekken 8 action. So we hope to see our buddy DJ Phantom there, and we hope to see you on the other side of this break.